monster. Frankenstein's got some big feet. Hello, my name is Mary Graves, and this is the 2-year anniversary of Terror Tuesdays reactions. Okay, I know what you're gonna say. You've only been doing Terror Tuesdays reactions for the past, 2 months. And yes, I've only been doing reaction videos for the last 2 months. But if you go to my Instagram page, you will see that I've been doing Terror Tuesdays as a show since late 2019. In fact, we're probably a couple weeks late on the anniversary, but that's okay. I think we were late on the 1-year anniversary as well. But enough about the past. Let's talk about what we are reacting to today. Today we are tackling a classic upon a classic upon a classic. It's so classic that even though I have never watched this movie, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be anything that actually shocks me in it, because who doesn't know the story of Frankenstein? Yes, that's right. We were watching the 1930s version, the original. At least I think it's the original. Please correct me if there is a Frankenstein before this. I know there was a novel before it, but I don't know if there was ever a movie before it. Of Frankenstein, starring Boris Karloff, the Boris Karloff, in the role he was made to play. And I've seen Monster Squad, so I know about Frankenstein there. I've seen the remake of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with Kenneth Branagh and Mrs. Tim Burton. Are they still married? Pretty sure they're still married. So I know the story. I know the basic story. I know the things that were added onto the story. I guess maybe I don't know the basic story. I think this movie is going to show me the basic story that all those other stories, except for the novel, because that's the original, played off of this. And honestly, I haven't seen much in the way of the Universal Monster movies from the 1930s, and I think 1940s. Although I do believe I have a VHS copy of Abbott and Costello meets one of them, but I'm not even sure which one it is. That was my mom's tape, and I'm not 100% sure where I put it. And I'm sure there are plenty more after that that I still haven't watched and that I will at some point watch, but for the most part, I haven't seen any of them until today. Although I have watched a Boris Karloff movie that I did react to, which was The Black Cat, which also starred Bela Lugosi. Now, is that a Universal Monster movie? I'm pretty sure no, but it is kind of in the same category in terms of the type of horror I'm expecting to see from Frankenstein. Remember, if you are watching this movie, Frankenstein from 1931, not any of those other ones, anytime between now and next Terror Tuesdays, do a post, put something on your story, tag me, use the hashtag Terror Tuesdays, and you will get a share on whatever social media you are actually using to share this information. That's the game I like to play, and I want you to play it with me. But enough waiting, let's get this started in 3, 2, 1. We get it, it's a Universal Monster movie. Show me the old Universal.
How do you do?
Oh, we don't have one. Okay.
Mr. Carl Emley feels it would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein.
All I can think of is the opening to The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. With Marge in front of the curtain.
Even horrifying. So if any of you feel
It's
you do not
better.
Subject
Ooh. The Frankenstein thing is moving towards the screen. The monster has a question mark? Why?
Down, you fool.
Nothing creepy about that at all.
Careful.
With what? It's a dead body and a coffin. Don't kill the guy further.
He's just resting, waiting for a new life to come.
It's just because Dr. Frankenstein kind of hot.
Still here.
The hanging dead body? Yeah, it probably would still be there.
It can't hurt you. The brain is useless. We must find another brain.
I like the looking at the camera thing. There's a level of breaking the fourth wall and also creepiness that comes with that. I wasn't expecting that from this movie. Oh no! Okay, I've never seen Young Frankenstein either, but I know Young Frankenstein. I know the clip. Abby Normal, because he grabbed the abnormal brain and put it into Frankenstein, and this is not supposed to be played for jokes. It's supposed to be played for scares, but that's all I can think of right now.
Victor, your idea.
You know I'd go to the ends of the earth for you.
Just marry Victor.
Like that. I'm far too fond of you.
I wish you were.
See?
He wished us to supply him with other bodies, and we were not to be too particular as to where and how we cut. I told him that
The bodies of animals. Well, what are the lives of a few rabbits and dogs?
Hey.
not quite.
Ooh. What a great, creepy old castle.
Hello.
Hello.
There's nothing to fear. No blood, no decay.
You dug the body up. Why are you freaked out by the hand?
What do you want? Let us in. You must leave me alone.
That's how you get him. The hurricane. Or whatever storm.
You're crazy. Crazy am I?
Ooh. I still think he's good looking. Crazy, but good looking. Victor can get it too. But why lock that door?
Forgive me, but I'm forced to take unusual precautions.
Great explanation.
That body is not dead. It has never lived. I created it. I made it with my
Semantics.
own hands from the what you could see, isn't it? One man crazy, 3 very sane spectators.
Don't forget Fritz. Fritz could be one of the crazy ones. 2 men crazy. Frankenstein's got some big feet.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Oh, in the name of God! Now I know what it feels like to be God.
There's something wrong. And I've 2 eyes. Pretty good ones at that. Well, what is it? You might be mistaken, Baron. What's
Come
the
in
matter with
front.
my son? What's he doing?
The Burgomaster.
Well, tell him to go away.
But he said it's important.
Nothing the Burgomaster can say can be of the slightest importance.
Burgermeister. I don't know why that's in my head.
Both in my private and official capacities as Burgomaster, the wedding be, if you
It's a
please.
Burgermaster.
Miss Henry comes to... Good day, Herr Bogle.
Good day, Herr Baron.
And good riddance to you.
I don't think they meant that.
There you are.
I don't think he wants him to have a good day at all.
Announced what about his wedding? There is another woman. And I'm going to find her.
Technically, there's another man. It's just not an affair. In the truest sense of the word.
The brain that was stolen from my laboratory was a criminal brain.
Yep.
Oh, well, after all, it's only a piece of dead tissue. Only evil can come of it.
It's not dead anymore.
It will be
Remember?
wrong if you persist. Shut out the light.
But he craves the light. Why shut it out? Is that a form of control? Or I feel like that would help drive him mad.
Get away with that torch. Get into the cellar. Shoot it. It's a monster.
Poor monster. There's like nobody around. He's allowed to make noise. Don't be whipping him.
Leave it alone.
1, it's a him. 2, you created him. 3, why don't you be a little bit nicer? 4, somebody beat up Fritz. He's being a dick.
What's that? What's that?
He just killed Fritz, didn't he? monster.
There doesn't seem to be anybody in the place.
You knocked like 2 seconds ago. I'm not sure I would turn my back on something that's not quite dead yet. Yep. Well, who didn't see that coming?
When will our wedding be?
She was this close to getting together with Victor, though.
House of Frankenstein.
I am surprised he let him drink at all. Nothing better than a tipsy maid.
And I hope there's plenty of beer at all events. There's lots more where that came from.
Jesus. So excited over beer. I mean, at least hold out for like tequila, rum, or gin or something.
Here, Maria.
Oh,
With my trap.
I know this scene.
Come on, kitty.
That cat does not want to be held. Let the kitty go. He doesn't toss the kitty too, right? Oh, he's so little.
Will you play with me?
Stranger danger.
I can make a boat. See how mine floats?
How's that making a boat? Maria does not float. But that's how, like, the older generation used to teach their kids how to swim, right? Shouldn't she have had some, like, instinctual doggy paddling thing going on where she could have floated to the top? I don't know. This is why I don't have kids, because I probably would have drowned them by accident.
Sit down and rest. You look so tired.
Rude. That's what every bride wants to hear on their wedding day. You look so tired. This is why you don't have a long train for a wedding. For the easy getaway. God, that's haunting. That is really haunting. Just don't kill the dogs, okay? I mean, I know the barking's kind of annoying, but don't kill the dogs.
Oh, come back.
Did they kill animals in 1930s movies? I don't know. I don't think he's as afraid of it as he used to be. Oh God, don't kill the puppies. Oh, that had to hurt. Well, if he couldn't touch his toes before, he definitely can now. Might want to back away from the burning windmill, guys. Just back away. Oh, Maid's got into the champagne again.
Here's to our son, to the house of Frankenstein.
That's how it ends. Oh, I'm glad he survived. You know, I'm surprised after watching the 1990s version of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein that this wasn't more dramatic, I guess. More deaths, more... Like, they really amped up the scares in the remake versus this one. However, there is some great cinematography and imagery that just kind of sticks with you afterward. And I mean, the tragedy of the story is still there from the original and the remakes. The whole point of Frankenstein's monster being a tragic story, if you look at it from the monster's perspective, and the fact that we call him a monster and he never really gets the name, that still remains, and I love that. This is definitely, I could see myself rewatching this one. This was a good movie. The Black Cat, I had issues with. I didn't think it was that well developed, and I think there were things they could have emphasized a little bit more in that movie. With this one, even though it's basic compared to the remake, I think it's a great story. I think it's great cinematography, especially for the time. I love the acting in it, and yeah, there's a reason why this one is a classic that follows everyone who loves horror from decade to decade to decade. I loved it. I can't wait to watch the other Universal monster movies if they're just even a little bit as good as Frankenstein. Now let's talk about my takeaways, shall we? One, this one almost always applies, and that is stranger danger. If you, like the poor little girl, if she didn't talk to Frankenstein, if she had walked away, if she had, I don't know, went hidden or something, or gotten her dad, yelled for somebody, then she would not have been playing with a stranger who, tossed her into a lake and then she drowned. So stranger danger, it always applies, especially with kids, but, basically with anybody, really. My second takeaway, if you are getting married and you happen to find yourself in a horror movie, make sure that your train is short. So that way, easy getaways. Because if you're going to get all tied up in that thing, or the thing or person you're trying to get away from is going to be able to step on it and stop you, just... no Princess Diana-ing it in a horror movie, okay? And my takeaway number 3, if you have a plan, make sure that you have a fully thought out plan, especially if you're doing something, I don't know, horror related or something that's creepy or something that can be, that can really go wrong. Like, I don't know, raising the dead or not raising the dead and just creating new life based on, dead body parts. I mean, Frankenstein had this great idea to put all these body parts together, then, reanimate them and turn it into a brand new human being with, the brain he didn't expect that he was gonna get. But it's like he had step 1, collect body parts, step 2, reanimate, step 3, now what? That's where I feel like he really dropped the ball, is the now what? What do you do once you have this new life? It's like people who have babies and don't plan for having babies. It's like, okay, maybe you should figure out how to be a parent before this baby gets animated. I just think with a little bit more planning that maybe Frankenstein and his monster could have had a happy ending. But, you don't plan for the future and crap happens. Alright guys, that is it for this Terror Tuesdays reaction. Remember, if you are watching this movie, Frankenstein from 1931, the OG Frankenstein, anytime between now and next Terror Tuesdays, do a post, put something on your story, put something on any social media that I and you, all of us, might also be on. Tag me, and I gotta be on it, so you gotta tag me. Use the hashtag Terror Tuesdays, and you will get a share on whatever social media you are using to share the Terror Tuesdays love. That's the game I like to play, and I want you to play it with me. Alright guys, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next Tuesday.